Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benson, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and do a few reality shows on the side. And one of the, see, my voice is starting to come back. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. One of the daytime TV shows that we're doing is The Young and the Restless. Okay, so the Young and the Restless this week really just focused on one story, which was the Dina Mergeron story. Because basically, what happened was, although this part is kind of weird, like Jack threw this big dinner for Ashley because she won the Woman of the Year award, right, or the Innovator of the Year, same award her dad got ever many years ago, right? So she was very nostalgic, thinking about her father and how she wished her father was here and blah, blah, blah. And when I say her father, I'm definitely talking about John Abbott, her father, for all intents and purposes. He might not have been the one that biologically gave her sperm, but he was her father, right? So, at this, so he decides to throw some big dinner for her, right? And it's not as if. See, here's where I feel like the story kind of went a little bit off. Is that if I think it would have been better if it was the foundation that was giving her this award that had sponsored this event. But instead of having Jack do it, it was just kind of like, okay. So Jack invites Dina, of course. Dina agrees to come, but, she accepts on the caveat that she can't bring Graham. Which, okay, she understands that. She's cool with that, But then, Graham calls Dina and is like, your mom would really appreciate it if I could come. And, yeah, she's like, you know what, please come. I want you to be there. So she brings Graham, and then Graham goes off at the dinner. Like, he went off. He was talking about how Ashley is the untrue Abbott, and how Brent Davis, her father, was his stepfather, and he left behind his family, which was his mother. But I'll get into the quirks of that story in a second. And he just was screaming and shouting, and Dina, poor Dina, she's all there looking there like befuddled and confused, like what the fuck's going on? And Ashley is just seeing red. She's so furious. So, anywho, that's how the secret comes out, basically, is that Graham spills the beans during this big dinner in front of everyone. I mean, does anybody really care at this point, really? Because Ashley has obviously made enough of a name for herself. Like, when she first started working at Jabot, let's not forget, she worked as a chemist under a completely different name. No one even knew who she was, right? So she's gotten this far, and it doesn't have anything to do with her last name being Abbott. Her last name could be Jackson. Her last name could be Nakamura. I mean, like, honestly, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I know Robbie doesn't feel any different about her when he found out. He doesn't care, right? So, on the one hand, it's good that the secret came out, but on the other hand, it's like, well, 20 years later, big yawn. Okay. Although at the end of last week, it was really interesting because Dina had some sort of attack and she fell down and it looked like she died. And Graham just left her there. You know what's weird? Here's what's weird. I need someone to explain this. This is kind of weird. So Graham goes off and tells how Dina's a horrible woman and how, blah, blah, blah. And then he accompanies her to her room. And then he tries to talk to her about it. What? I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You are a lying asshole. Like, I mean, I get that Dina was duped, okay, it makes sense, but it's like, why is she even entertaining the idea of even speaking to this loser? Anyways, that doesn't make any sense to me, but he just left her there. He left her in the hotel room, ready to die. So I doubt she'll die though, because she's fierce. So we'll see what happens. I'll be a little bit upset if she dies. I mean, it would propel a lot of really good story, but I love me some Marla Adams, and I love her portrayal of Dina, and I want to see that. I still want to see that stick around. Excuse me. Okay. Plus, she's such a good foil for the ladies on the show. Not really Ashley so much, but Nikki and Phyllis. Okay, but so there is a slight storyline bubble over with Billy. And, you know, so it came out that Billy is the one who has been hacking or logging onto Phyllis's Jabot computer and has been the one who has been stealing the secrets from Jabot that Fresh and Sassy is using. Now, Ashley and Jack found out about this ahead of time, and they started planting fake secrets so that they will fail. And that's what happens. So, but Phyllis is just really devastated that Billy would lie to her like that. Like, she is fucking pissed. She's really pissed. So, I know Crazy Phyllis is coming. I can see it. The glimmer in her eyes, that is the same glimmer that she had when she went nuts and did crazy things. So, I can't wait for Crazy Phyllis to come back. Any day now, we should see Crazy Phyllis. I'm very excited about that. It'll be awesome. And I wonder what it will be. Like, I'm wondering, like, what type of madness will she do, you know? I mean, she's done so many crazy things. I don't know, try to run people over with her car, or put octopus in people's beds, and, you know, all kinds of fun things like that. Push people downstairs. No, she got pushed down the stairs, actually, by Sharon. God bless Sharon. Sharon went nuts on her, too. That was pretty fierce. Also, I gotta give Sharon a little bit of credit for that, too. But that's the thing, is that so many people think that, you know, they hold Phyllis up to this measure of sanity that they don't hold Sharon to. That's a little bit unfair. I think that's a little bit unfair. So, whatever with all of that. In terms of the whole sex ring thing, that sort of took a little bit of a back burner this past weekend. We did see a lot of scenes between Devon and Hillary. Here's what I think of that. I'm sorry. I find them just to be the most boring couple. They're so awful. What else is going on in Young and the Restless? Nick is still, Nick decided that at the end of last week, he went on the Hillary Hour, right? So this week he went on the Hillary Hour, and he announced to the world, yeah, all that money that that we won from my father, the $500 million, is now being given away to the Hamilton Winters Foundation. So, of course, everyone's like, what? So, he becomes a huge donor to the Hamilton Winters Foundation, and when that happens, he knows that that's going to get Victor right where it hurts, right? So, and it did. So, kudos to you, Nick. But it also kind of pissed off Nikki. She's like, that's your legacy. That's for your children. And he's like, I've got plenty to leave my kids. I've got plenty to leave every one of my children. I don't need any, without having to touch any of that money. I've got lots of stuff. So, I'm very curious to see what Victor's next move will be, because we all know what Nick did. We all know what Nick did, but we don't know what Victor's going to do in retaliation. So we're definitely going to be watching that on the edge of our pants. On the edge of on the edge of our seats. On the edge of our seats, but can we be on the edge of your pants? I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag YArts, Talk Young and the Restless, or you can hashtag GH, Talk General Hospital. And you can also hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. Alright, everyone, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.